Seth Meyers. This is Late Night. We hope you're doing well. And now, if you don't mind, we're going to get to the news. During an Oval Office signing ceremony restoring the competitive presidential fitness test today in front of a group of school children, President Trump claimed that Iran would have launched a nuclear strike against the U.S. and Israel if he didn't start the war. Said the kids, is this going to be on the test? That's right. President Trump claimed that Iran would have launched a nuclear strike against the U.S. and Israel if he didn't start the war, and added, quote, "We can't let Iran have a nuclear weapon." And you just know those kids were thinking, yeah, but didn't President Obama reach a deal with Iran during his administration that reduced uranium enrichment by 98%, as well as allow for international inspectors to ensure that Iran was hewing to the deal in exchange for sanctions relief? I mean, they were polite not to say it. But they were thinking it. I mean, look at their face. They were thinking it. President Trump also complimented golfer Bryson DeChambeau's physique and added, quote, "He's the longest hitter in golf and he's straight. See, a lot of guys can drive far, but not everybody can drive straight." During a summit at the White House yesterday, President Trump said that he's not a senior citizen and added, quote, "I feel the same as I felt 50 years ago." But it didn't help his case that he said it in his sleep. That's right. President Trump said that he feels the same as he felt 50 years ago and added that one day he will not be feeling well and, quote, "won't have to say it because you'll be able to see it." Oh, we already can. If you were any more brittle, we'd have to keep you behind glass. During the same summit, President Trump said that his great big beautiful bill should really be called the, quote, "great big beautiful tax cut bill and regulation cut bill." Yeah, because that really rolls off the tongue. The hat's going to look like an eye chart. President Trump also said that he's virtually eliminated estate tax for farmers and small businesses and added, quote, "Now, if you don't like your children, it doesn't mean anything." Why would you say something like, "oh, right, okay"? Pawn Stars TV personality Rick Harrison spoke at yesterday's summit with President Trump and said that the White House only gave him approximately 3 minutes notice that he would be making a speech. That story again, a pawn shop owner got taken advantage of at his most vulnerable moment. In honor of National Star Wars Day yesterday, the White House X account posted an image of President Trump dressed as the Mandalorian, holding the character Grogu, and the only thing I like about this image is the way Grogu is looking at us like, can you believe this? Today was Cinco de Mayo. I mean, May 5th. May 5th. A chameleon named Mr. Peeps was recently rescued from a house fire in England. He's not only fine, but he's gonna look pretty badass for a while. Finally, authorities in Florida arrested a Taco Bell employee last week after he allegedly fired a gun at a customer who filled a water cup with soda. Police are calling the man unstable, and Taco Bell is calling him Employee of the Month. That was a monologue, everybody. We got a great show for tonight. He's a best-selling author and the host of All In with Chris Hayes, which airs weekdays at 8 on MS Now. He also hosts the podcast, Why Is This Happening? Our friend Chris Hayes is back on the show. You know her from Too Much, as well as the HBO Max hit Hacks, new episodes, of its final season premiere Thursdays. The very funny Meg Stalter is here. We're here to chat about her fantastic debut novel and #1 New York Times bestseller, Yesteryear. Carol Claire Burke is joining us, so it's going to be a great show. Colby Menifee is on family trips this week. Do give that a listen. You guys, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt has been holding a lot of press briefings lately, but there are still a lot of questions about what this administration has been doing that are unanswered. So we decided to hold another one right here, right now. That's right. Press Secretary Leavitt and the Late Night Press Corps are here in the studio ready to go. So without further ado, it's time for the Late Night White House Press Briefing. Thank Thank you. Yes, Seth Meyers, Late Night with Seth Meyers. Caroline, would you like to kick us off with a quick lie about gas prices during Trump's second term?
They're down 86%.
Great. What are the administration's goals for this war? And as a follow-up, do you know my name?
The goals of this operation have been made very clear, Danny.
I heard Marco Rubio's kid ran up a huge credit card bill making in-app purchases in Minecraft. How did he handle that?
Their visa was revoked by Secretary Rubio and they were deported.
Is President Trump getting excited about Don Jr.'s upcoming wedding?
The president is not going to.
Where can I find the world's largest, gnarliest bruise?
The president's right hand.
What does Stephen Miller ask for when he meets someone?
Just a small fraction of their blood.
What should the American people do since there isn't anyone in charge of running FEMA right now?
Pray for good weather.
What does House Speaker Mike Johnson call pubic hair?
The South Lawn.
Caroline, a video game question. Let's say there are 5 Koopas, and I jump on 3 of them. How many Koopas are left?
You could do the math on that, Mario.
Staying on the subject of video games, what has Donkey Kong been working on lately?
The release of another 400 million barrels.
Where does Ted Cruz go when there's a natural disaster in Texas?
Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, Costa Rica, the Dominican Republic, Ecuador, El Salvador,
Caroline, my next question is...
Honduras, Panama, Paraguay, Trinidad and Tobago.
Is that it?
And maybe some others as well.
Caroline, I'm going to karaoke after this. What kind of song should I sing?
An instrumental.
Hey! Caroline, whatever happened to that guy who was Tom Cruise's co-star in Jerry Maguire? The one who was always like, show me the money.
I don't have any updates on Cuba for you today.
Sorry, Caroline, I'm just trying to make eye contact with the writers real quick. Caroline, what is the only thing our pet dogs really want from us?
Some love.
That makes sense. And what about our cats?
They want death, they want destruction, they want to kill.
How badly do you think the Mets are going to lose tonight?
412-1.
What can you expect to find in an order of Olive Garden's shrimp scampi?
20% of the world's global oil supply.
What are Jeff Foxworthy jokes about?
The redness on the neck.
That one didn't quite work, but that was a really good one, and I'm fine with that one. Let's say you're putting together a basketball team from the best players in history. Who's your starting 5?
Jordan, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar.
President Trump's diet is famously bad. How would you describe his farts?
They would kill every single person in this room.
Time for some music trivia. Who was Diana Ross?
The former Supreme Leader.
What's something Trump and Melania have never done?
Come together.
How? Let's say you finally get a date with the biggest hunk in school, and he takes you to the movies. What would you do?
We'll go to the back row for some love.
Oh, what's the status of President Trump's balls?
This president is keeping them as low as he can.
And finally, what does this administration have to say to people who think this country is going to hell?
We look forward to seeing you all there.
Well, looks like we're out of time, so on behalf of the rest of the Late Night Breadboard, have a good night. We'll be right back with Chris Hayes.